Who doesn't like gravy? But the thing about this gravy, we're using chicken. This is nice and lean. I'm using milk. If you want to use half and half, or if you want to use non-fat, totally can. Now, when we go ahead and cook this off, we have enough fat in the pan. We're going to add the flour, and that creates the roux. Let's talk about flavorings. I love garlic. I like it hot, so I have some red chili flake, some chive because I like that onion flavor, and definitely the thyme as it cooks. So let me get these things chopped up and we can start making this gravy. All right, we're gonna saute our chicken sausage. I got a nice hot pan, slap in my oil. So this doesn't have a lot of fat, so I'm putting in a decent amount of oil, and then the chicken sausage. I'm just gonna let it sit so it gets caramelized before I move it around. So that's caramelization. And the mess in the bottom pan I'm talking about is these little stickies right here, which I don't mind because it creates fond. You just don't want to let that go fond. No, we just want to get a little color. Now it's chicken, so it's gonna still be relatively white, but I want a little caramelization. Let that go a minute. Let me ask you a question. If this gets too dark, do I throw it away and start again? No. Just add some water. The water is just going to release all the stuff from the bottom of the pan, just like so. Adds flavor to your gravy, because I'm getting that fond before it turns black. So if by chance this happens to you, don't freak out. Just add a little water. This is browned enough. I want to add my garlic. A lot of recipes I see online want you to introduce garlic really early in the cooking process, and I find that beginning cooks really burn the garlic. So to me, the fail-safe is put it in at the very, very end, and then when you smell it, kind of like that, then we know it's good. Now the thing about adding red chili flake, if you add it in the beginning of the cooking process, like right now, then the whole thing's gonna get hot. If you just want little pops of heat, put in your red chili flake at the very, very end. But here's the roux part. All I'm trying to do is put my flour in, and you can see, because of that flour, it looks kind of pasty on the chicken and on the bottom of the pan. So you don't want that to burn. So once that flour gets incorporated, I can now add my milk. You want it room temperature. So, you know, it's not about leaving it out. Pop in the microwave like 30 seconds and you're fine. You can do this in stages if you're really, really worried about lumps. A lot of times it's just really, really cold liquid. Now the thing about roux is you gotta let that flour cook out. So this might get to the perfect consistency, but you need to cook it like 15-20 minutes to get that flavor of flour out. So you can tell it's getting thicker. You can see these little bubbles on the rest of my milk. This is the time I'm gonna add my thyme. And I wanna keep it together because I'm gonna pull it out before I serve it. I just want that flavor and the oils of the thyme to get into this gravy. And this should take about 10 or 12 minutes to reduce and thicken up. And then we can check salt content and flavoring content and go from there. The last thing I'll leave you with is make sure when you feel the bottom of the pan, there is no sticking, because you don't want to burn the milk. So I just want to cook at a simmer, 10-15 minutes. Our gravy looks legit. It's been about 15 minutes. You can tell right here, nice bubbles, really thick. Let's go ahead and get rid of the thyme. Check our flavor. A little bit of salt. That's all. Oh yeah. What happens if this is too thick? Throw it away? No, man, just add more milk. All right, we're good to go. Finish it off with our chive. That's it. All right, we have a FURIKAKE biscuit here. If you want the recipe, it's linked down below. Adds nice little flavor to this chicken. And that right there is a hell of a friggin' breakfast. Chicken, sausage, and thyme gravy with a FURIKAKE biscuit.